Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It is me, Duke CT, back with you once again on a brand new Last Reviewer Standing. And on this episode, we continue our trek through the Ratchet Clank games on the PS2, for the most part. Yeah, the next two games I'm looking at were originally on the PlayStation Portable. Remember that little thing? Because most people don't. Anyway, the last two PlayStation 2 Ratchet & Clank games were on the PSP, and they were ported to the PS2. But for this version of Ratchet & Clank Size Matters, there were some technical issues in the PS2 version. So what were the issues, technical or otherwise, wrong with Ratchet & Clank Size Matters? Well, let's find out together, my friends. Cue the theme song. Before we get into the game, let's talk about the technical issues that this game has. The main one is that in some of the copies of the game for the PlayStation 2 version is that when you save the game, well, sort of freezes, even though the save icon is still, well, doing its thing. That you pretty much are stuck on that screen. You can't do anything about it. The only way to pretty much get out of there is pretty much turn off the game. And if you do, congratulations! You have a corrupted save file and pretty much a scratch up disk because the game was, trying to save, and that's what it does, just keeps going back and forth and everything. But, in the interest of fairness, it was a rare thing to happen. But this type of bug should not be in this game, period. But do not worry, my friends, as this did not happen to my PS2 copy at all. It was all pretty much smooth sailing, other than the sound not working in some places. So yeah, I didn't have any more technical issues other than the sound stuff that happened later in the game. So overall, this game right here plays pretty well. As for the other issues that occur in the game, well, we'll get into that later. For right now, let's look at the positive of Ratchet & Clank Size Matters. Well, if you played the last game, Ratchet Deadlock, I'm sure this is going to be a positive. Ratchet and Clank are back together! Yes, my friends, your favorite duo is back, and the moveset is, well, pretty much the same. The controls are standard for Ratchet and Clank, and there are many weapons to use and upgrade in your pint-sized adventure. Ha ha! That is how you get to the 1,000 subs and monetization. Never mind. Anyway, this game also has a new feature that I really like, is how you get armor throughout the game. Instead of buying them in stores and such, you pick them up throughout the game and put them together for better defense. You can mix match them, and you're like, wow, this could help you out with higher defense, and that's pretty cool. And I wish this was included in more in the future Ratchet & Clank games. That would have been really cool. I bet you would have liked that. But even better, if you get a full armor set, you get a special bonus. Like, for example, the wildfire armor. When you put that up together, you make your wrench engulf in flames to take down your enemies you'll face in your journey. And this journey will take you to different planets, including inside Ratchet's brain, that somehow has an armor piece. Oh yeah, that odd bit did happen in the story. So, you know what? Let's talk about the story of Ratchet & Clank Size Matters. Oh yeah, the story is okay for the most part, as it involves an alien race known as the Technomites that Ratchet doesn't think exists in the first part of the game.
There are no Technomites!
Well, to be fair, Ratchet was on vacation and now he has this adventure in his lap, so I get why he's so frustrated. Anyway, the Technomites trick Ratchet and Clank via a little girl robot named Luna to kidnap Ratchet and do surgery on him so they can clone him and use those clones to take over the galaxy.
Dramatic reverb.
Oh, you had Captain Quark looking with his family in the background. I wish that would have been the plot for Ratchet in this game, but the PS3 games cover that, and I'll get to that when I get to it. But as for the story, it's okay. I did like most of it, but then again, when you have the main bad guy show up in one cutscene and then saying, yeah, he was the real bad guy on the time, even though the game pretty much don't really set him up well. They don't set up the ultimate bad guy well. They just have him in one cutscene before you take down Luna. That's just really sad. But overall, the story is okay for what it is. A side adventure for our heroes that has no connection to past and future games of the series. Well, it does connect to the past because, well, in Ratchet's mind, you see all the old villains that Ratchet face. It's pretty cool. But that's not the worst part of this game, my friends. Oh no, the worst part is the scale of difficulty around the end of the game. In fact, it starts right around with your boss fight with Luna, or rather, it starts trying to get to the main fight with Luna. As for your first sequence, you have to get past a North by North reference, and then after that, you have Ratchet escape to a platform and then dodge some boulders via Luna shooting at a mountain and knocking all the boulders onto the platform. And after that, you finally face Luna, and if you die during all that if you die in any parts of that sequence, guess what? You have to do the whole thing over again. But I did it. I beat Luna, and after that, Clank gets taken over by the Technomites that were operating Luna, so Ratchet shrinks down to take out the Technomites that were trying to take out Clank. And man, this part right here, it took me a very long time to beat these Technomites because they are ridiculously durable in this days. In fact, funny enough, there's a skill point in this game that if you take down these Technomites with your wrench only, with your wrench. Nope. So yeah, I took them down, not wrench only. I'm not that insane or masochistic. I actually took them out with the weapons I had, and even then it took me a pretty long time. But I did it. I finally did it. And then I went to the clone factory and I took down every single clone Ratchet I saw. It was hard because, they are pretty durable in their own right. But hey, I did it. I took them all down. Then we get to the final boss as Auto Destruct. Yes, that's his name because, hey, it's Ratchet and Clank. You think the villain names are not going to be cheesy? Anyway, we finally face him. And the sequences in this final boss battle, not terrible. In fact, they can be pretty fun. First one is a time gauntlet as you have to take down many Ratchet clones until time runs out. Then after that, you fight Auto as Giant Clank in a fun little battle. Then the third sequence, and sweet Christmas, this third sequence, man, is this hard.
How hard is it?
It's so hard that I almost want to compare it to Dark Souls, but since I'm not a hack, I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to say it's unnecessarily hard. Now, I know what you're saying. Hey, how could you say this boss fight is unnecessarily hard? Since it's the final boss, shouldn't it be a challenge? Well, here's the thing, is that even with that, your weapons, that fully upgradable weapons, barely do any damage to them. Yeah. And Strike 2, you will die. Even doesn't matter what type of armor combination, you will, when you get hit, you die in 2 hits. Oh, and your hit points, your health is only upgradable to 50. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, add that all up, and that's just...
Well, that's just prime.
Yeah, I didn't beat the final boss. Can you tell? It frustrates me because there is some good parts in this game. I really like the way you pick up armor, and hey, playing Ratchet and Clank and the controls are always good. It's always good to have upgradable weapons, upgradable health, and the whole rigmarole of the Ratchet and Clank experience. I like that, but the scale and difficulty, the technical issues really hold this game back. I mean, who was the developer of this game? Oh, High Impact Games. Yeah, that will do it. But overall, though, it's an okay experience. If you can find it cheap, like at a convention or at Amazon, I say go pick it up. But that's only if you're a fan of the series. It's only a collectible only. If you're trying to get into the game series at all, don't pick this up. This should not be your first Ratchet and Clank game. Your first games, if you want to get into the series, play the trilogy. Just go and play the PS3 version of the trilogy. It has its issues, but it's still an overall fun and exciting experience. As I give Ratchet & Clank Size Matters a 5 out of 10. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for me, Duke CT, to take my leave. And thank you so much for watching me on Last Reviewer Standing. And next up on Last Reviewer Standing is Secret Agent Clank. So thank you so much for watching and do all the stuff these kids do, like, subscribe, all that crazy stuff. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. It's Duke CT here. Peace, love. I'll see y'all when I see y'all later.